Hey, a little bit slow this evening. Sorry about that. Juggling 20 different projects at the moment. So I hope everybody's doing well this evening. Welcome to another CAF update, number 59, and I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a very busy day here at CAF HQ, just putting out a few fires and trying to tie up some loose ends from past shows and other things that I've got going on. So good evening, and hey, I see everybody's in the chat again. It's so good to see everybody here. So like I said, a busy day, but I'm finally getting a little bit caught up, but it's been a bit of a discombobulated afternoon, mostly just miscommunications with Maureen on a couple projects we've been working on that I think we've kind of got resolved, which are good. Problems I had with one of the dealer sites, and just a few other minor hiccups and whatnot. Anthony had his chance to take it. The offer not accepted. Exactly. Yeah, I was going to start the thing off with talking about this whole week. I mean, it's kind of funny that on Monday evening when Anthony went up against Jason, it was pretty much, I thought Jason was just going to get creamed. And at the end of the thing, he did really well. And as it turned out, what happened was there were two things that went wrong with that show. Was that we missed one of the claims for Jason, or I didn't miss it. I had it on my sheet, but in the production studio where they handle the scores, the John Romita Jr. claim that happened right, was mixed in with a couple other claims in the recap, got missed and didn't get tallied. And I think that was like $225. So that wasn't on there. And then as we finished the show and said our goodbyes and I ended the broadcast, I looked over to the chat, and there was actually a claim from Rich Donnelly for the $400 on, I forget which piece it was. So, I pointed that out to Jason and to Anthony, and I texted, and it turned out he was still in the chat, even though the show was off. He was still on the screen, and so I texted him and told him, okay, you got the cover or whatever it was for $400. Yeah, I think it was that was it the Cook cover. I can't remember, but at any rate, but we still thought Jason had lost at that point because he still needed a few more dollars. And when I got off, and out of the green room with those guys, I got the sheets and compared them, and that's how I found out that it was the one sale was also missed. And so I had to text Anthony and Jason about it after the show, and Jason was like, "Do I come down and pick up the belt tomorrow?" And Anthony was like, I'm hitting up Jeff and I'm going to get that sale back. And I, like, nope, you can't do it. Anthony has benefited from a math error once before. And then the one time Mikhail helped him out getting that commission to push him over and for a victory. So accidents do happen. And yes, exactly, Jordan, everybody's a winner. And he couldn't remain undefeated, for forever. It wasn't going to happen. So, but it was just funny how it worked out because it was Rich who really sealed the deal for Jason in that one. And then it was funny and then on Wednesday, it was Rich kind of came in as well and almost skewered that finals there when he picked up that piece from Mike at the end for $600 that pushed him ahead of Anthony. And then Anthony got that last minute claim as well. So, very interesting seeing those things happen both in the same week. So, but Rich Donnelly played a part in both of those. So, and Rich is actually going to be seen on camera in a shot later in the show tonight from some video clips and stuff that's I've picked up from a fan of the show who visited San Jose Con. So, outside of right. Exactly. Anthony was doing anything he could to make up that difference. He wanted that win very badly. So, but he made up for it by winning last night. So he can't complain. Did Anthony roll? You know what? Is he at 500K? I don't believe so. Let me see. I actually do have the spreadsheet open here. He is at $493,840. So he will certainly cross that threshold of $500,000 on Saturday when we have our $1,000 and under show. And Mike currently, where is he at? He is at $683,640. So yeah, that's pretty good. And combined, where are they at? Where are they at? 1.2 million. So yeah, It's definitely doing well, but he'll get there on Saturday. So we might as well pull up what the Dueling Dealer schedule is so everybody can see that. As I just mentioned, we've got the Saturday show that will be $1,000 and under. That'll be at 1 p.m. this Saturday. We've got next Wednesday off, and then the following show after that is actually on a Monday. That will be the Jordan versus Mike 500 and under Pro-Am matchup. So yeah, that'll be a little weird having 9 straight days of no dueling dealers, but we'll all survive. I'm quite certain of that. And then after that, there'll be 2 weeks of regular shows on the 15th and the 22nd, both on Wednesdays, of course. And then we know that eventually there will be a Mike and Dino show, and there will also be a round 2 with Mike and Albert. And the reason I put the NYCC alternative on there in a question mark, and it's actually I got to set up a poll. I can't do them until the darn things are active, so I'll have to type that out. But question being is that we were thinking of Mike and I are talking about doing some kind of a second type of bin dive episode, but more even, I guess we can just call it a claim. So I don't want to call it a bin dive at the end of the day, but we're thinking of doing it either on New York Comic Con weekend, if it actually happens, which I still think there's a chance that it won't. And if not that weekend, then the weekend before. But if we did it, I'm hoping to maybe even have a couple of different side events going along with it. So it's kind of our not going to New York Comic Con event where, we can do a show with Mike, maybe even do something with Anthony, maybe a couple other dealers we can get in and do some art drops and sort of make it into its own show. So, I'm just going to, sorry, I just have to type this poll out while we're on live here. But, basically the question was, are you going to the show? And I was just curious how many people are or just not going, and I'm not going to, it's going to be a straight yes or no, really. I'm just curious, and I'm sure most of you guys are too, but I assume most people are not going. And because even with Anthony, he still hasn't paid his bill. He's not confident that the show's going to happen, so he still hasn't even solidified it. And I think that there's a lot of people. I was talking with Mark Hay earlier today, and he told me that that while he was originally set up to go and had booked everything, it turned out that because his artists actually don't have the right vaccination, so not only because they're out of the country, and I guess those were the primary ones that were going to be with him at Artist Alley, that he ended up not being, just having to cancel. So Mark's not going. So that's another dealer down, basically. And so here, I'll just get that poll into the chat. So we were just thinking of doing something on our own, something a little special, something that would be a month ahead of doing the Comic Art Live show, which will be November 13th and 14th. So, I did put a maybe option in there, Ted. It's funny, I wasn't able to look at the chat, but I did put a maybe. And we won't clash with, I'm actually going to, see, I see that, Chris. I'm going to be, I haven't emailed him yet, but I wanted to talk to Felix about that. Felix's stuff usually, it runs he does his noon art drops, and those usually are throughout the week. And so I felt that it would actually be good for he and I to maybe kind of plan a little bit together on it. So I don't think it would be maybe Felix do a drop on. Well, that's what I was thinking. I was going to ask Felix if maybe he'd like to do something as well on the channel and make it a members only event or something. I mean, why not? I mean, at the end of the day, most of everybody in here in the chat, I mean, everybody that's chatting right now, outside of a few people, are already members. So yeah, I was thinking of making it a bigger event and just have some fun, because I mean, I wanted to go to New York Comic Con, but I'm not going to go now. And again, I just don't think a lot of people are going to end up going, and a lot of people will be on the fence. So too expensive to go. New York to me is it's cheaper than going to San Diego, at least for us here in the Midwest. And but I do like New York for that reason. Cheaper to fly, and the hotels are cheaper. All right, so just going through it. But yeah, I was going to shoot Felix an email just to see what his interest might be in us doing something together. But I don't want to step on his toes. He's got his own show. But again, Mike was the one who came to me and said, hey, since I'm not going, and I bet you a lot of other people aren't going, why don't we do something a little special. And I will tell you that Mike is going to be on probably around 9:30, and we were going to talk about the bin dive pros and cons and what we intend to do probably to fix that, to remedy that whole situation that was so fun and exciting, but such a failure at the same time. So, all right, yeah, I see Michael's comment too. How you got tickets, but you're not sure you want to go. I think that's the spot most people are in right now. You know, at the end of the day, I think it's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't know. Just for my own safety, I don't want to go to the show and then come back and bring something back to my family. So that's where I'm at with that. So yep, see, everybody's backing out of NYCC, except but they're still going ahead, right? You're still seeing they had the John Cena announcement, you know, that they put out there. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So they're full steam ahead as far as wanting to have that show, and I just don't think that you know, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do that show this year, unfortunately. So we'll see. And yes, Nick, everybody, if you're, you know, that are here, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribing to the channel already, so you get those fun announcements when we're just about ready to go live, 20 minutes out, 3 minutes out, that I always get pinged that the show's about to start. So sorry. At any rate, so that's where I'm at with all those things. And schedule-wise as well, I wanted to let you know that next Tuesday, I'll have Kavi on. Kavi will be the 50th Comic Art Live show, and that should be a lot of fun. He's already sent me his artwork, so that will be a lot of fun. He'll be on with me on Tuesday. I can tell you that we have an issue with, I want to do a Comic Link recap show of some kind, and I'm not, but because Monday being Labor Day, and I was thinking Monday would be a good day for it, I'm not sure how I'm going to squeeze it in. I might end up having to do it as part of the CAF update next week at the beginning of the show. Maybe dedicate an hour to that and then an hour to the CAF update, but wedge it in there because Monday, you know, with being the holiday, Tuesday is, you know, I've got Kavi on, Wednesday I'll be doing dealers, and then, well, wait a minute, Wednesday is not doing dealers because we have that night off. I guess I could do it then, but then that's the night, you know, the Heritage auction starting. I guess I'll have to think about that. Maybe we could do it Wednesday, depending on when that thing is over on Wednesday. So, because Albert wanted to do it, but he couldn't do Monday, and it just turned out, you know, with the holiday, that's not going to work out. But I can tell you that we will be doing the Heritage recap on the 14th of September, Tuesday. So in place of a interview show that Tuesday, it will be the recap for the Heritage Signature Auction, which should be fun. And Albert has committed to that, and Mike. And I haven't asked Nick Verrucci yet if he's free, but I was going to ask him. So he's out here in the chat. He could probably let me know. Yeah, Kavi will be showing off a lot of the art. What's going to be his background music, James? Well, I can tell you that, you know, since we can't play background music, but I know that Kavi is working up essentially a mixtape, so that when we're showing the artwork, you know, and talking about it, he'll say, you know, this is what he was his selection would have been. So you can follow along on the side if you want while we do that. So yeah, and so that'll be fun. Kavi, he's very well prepared. He got me everything via Dropbox several days ago. So, all right. So Nick will be on with me on the 14th. All right, very good. So now we've got our group for the Heritage recap on September 14th. Should be a lot of fun. And yeah, well, the generic, but he wants to pick non-generic music. So I'm not sure. I think what we'll be doing is while I'm showing artwork, we will probably post a link in the chat for his selection. So, and I should have that within a few days, so I can kind of run through it myself and figure out how we're going to do it. But yeah, we'll work that out. And one other schedule thing, I know I mentioned this last week as well, but we should have 2 different art drops coming up in September and then October. Joe Linsner and these are both Saturday 1 p.m. art drops. Joe will be on the 11th of September, and Greg Hildebrandt will be on the 16th of October. And like I mentioned before, the first one it's kind of in conjunction with Talent Talk, and I hope to be doing more of those with them going forward. I don't know if there'll be a monthly type event with them, but they're really organizing it, and then I'm hosting the art sale. So Joe and I have talked a little bit. Haven't talked to him since since this time last week, but he's supposed to be getting me some of the art to look at and figure out how we're gonna run all that. I did float the idea. What I thought would be a good idea is if he were to offer a commission during that, it would be like whatever his standard high-end commission would be. And rather than doing it as a claim in the chat, doing some kind of, like when we've done the giveaways, anybody who would want it at the price that he's selling it would, type in their code into the chat, and then we would just pull one person at random. So 4 or 5 people wanted it, then at least it's not everybody trying to grab the commission, right? So I did, like I said, I suggested it to him. It's my, I don't. He has to accept that as a suggestion and go ahead with it if he still wants to do the commission. But that was my thought process on how to get it done. And a hair war, I know. It was funny when I pulled up the image. I was, to make that graphic, I was like, I'm finally going to have a guy on the show with longer hair than me. So, yes, exactly. Enter! Exclamation! Enter, Marcus. Very good, very good. You remember. No giveaway. That's funny. The Billbot responded to you. Very funny. I didn't know it would do that. All right. So why don't you know what? Because Berkey should be in here in about 14 minutes if he's actually on time and awake. We will go ahead and jump into our CAF update for the week and get that out of the way before I do anything out of the ordinary here. So in general, it was a pretty slow week sales-wise. Again, it was, I think we hit 467,000 combined between the art dealers and the auction houses that we track. Of course, that might have been because of the big Comic Link auction on Tuesday and people stockpiling for Heritage next week. It's hard to say, but 467, it's not terrible, but I think our average, if I were to look back at the whole year on a weekly basis for those we track, 600,000 is probably more our normal kind of sweet spot for we play here as the intro. You can do whatever you want, Mr. Red Jack. I won't mind. Yep. All right. So at any rate, so that's that. And let me get onto the dealer side of things. So this was for the period of August 23rd through the 29th. And dealers and top sales for dealers during that period were Meet Man, 24 sales, just under $58,000. Albert Moy, 13 sales, just under 55. Felix, 14 sales, $44,700. Tatiana had 11 sales at $42,000. And final two are Anthony, 75 sales. So he's Mr. Volume, as always, but just under $36,000 in sales. And then finally was Glenn from Panel Page Art, and he had 7 sales at $14,250. So let's go ahead and get the top 6 sales from our dealers. And first up is a complete issue from Felix. Bill Quisevely, Supergirl World of Tomorrow, issue 1. This one sold for $25,000. And that's a beauty. And I know Felix had a complete issue sale this week as well. That'll go on next week's. Let's see. This is from Romita Man. Jack Kirby, Paul Reinman, Avengers number 5, page 17. Asking price was $21K on this one. And this was the high ticket item for Tatiana at TD Art Gallery. Tim Sale, Long Halloween, issue 8, DPS for pages 2 and 3. Asking price was $20,000. And this one is another one from Berkey, Two-Fisted Tales, number 27, complete 7-page story, and sold for the asking price of $17,000. And the final two are from Albert. This one is a Robert Crumb Snoid, issue 1, page 3, foot fetish page. $16,000 was the asking price, and I'm sure that was the sell price because Albert don't do deals. So there we go with that. And finally, the cover to Ghost Rider number 8 by Gil Kane, also sold by Albert. Asking price on this one was $15,000. So all really nice pieces there. And yeah, $20K on that one, Tim. That was a good one. And I don't even know how I missed it as far as like when it was up for grabs. So Tatiana did really well on that. And I know she had that big Michael Turner piece that was she was taking offers through Sunday, or was it Monday? I know that last I saw that was at $28,000. So Tatiana's been very busy of late, and she was actually the one that I was emailing with some of the issues on her site. So we've been talking a bit, but at any rate, so yeah, a very good week for some. but low volume, right? At the end of the day, looking over everything, and it was down $70,000 from the week before. So really the dealers have been, kind of the ones pushing us over the total dollar amount. Maybe next week what I'll do is I'll try to do a view of where we're at year to date, and then compare to that to last year to see where the dealers are at, because I think really by and large the dealers have been really having a pretty incredible sales year, which that kind of a report will give us some good data to look at that. Let's see, I saw one was already sold. Yeah, exactly. That was my problem too. So let's go ahead and take a look at the auction houses. Auction houses were weak, and it was actually Heritage that brought everything down. The auction houses totaled at just over $203,000 in sales, and that was because Heritage only had $80,000 in sales on their Wednesday auction last week. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about scheduling with dueling dealers and everything that I brought up last night about thinking we should switch to Monday. But I look at that and I think, Heritage on a Wednesday is not a problem with their weekly auctions. It just isn't. I mean, they average usually around $110,000 in sales on their Wednesday shows. So, and very rarely do they go over 120 to 130. That's only when they have something really, really unique, which does not happen a lot on that. Where are we at? We are going through the CAF update, Ron. Nice to have you tuning in, even if you're a few minutes late to the show. All right. So let me get those pieces on the board. 3 pieces from eBay and then 3 pieces from Heritage. And like I said, total sales $203,682 between eBay and Heritage last week. eBay had 729 sales for their 123K. This first piece is by Don Rosa, Uncle Scrooge, and Donald. And even though it looks split and everything, that is a single page, sold for $5,812. Then next up is this Gary Frank, 4 Watchmen Comedian, number 5 cover. This was, it was at $3,100, but I know it was a best offer accepted, so I don't know what the actual offer was on that. And finally, this was another Selena piece, Vampirella, and sold for just over $3,000. And that's eBay. And then the 3 pieces from Heritage. First up is this really nice Wayne Goring Action Comics page from issue 199, and it sold for $6,600. Probably my favorite piece in the auction last week was this Sheldon Moldoff Justice Society of America illustration, sold for $3,960. I just love that. I'm sure most of you do as well, DC fans or not. And finally, this William Van Horn, Donald Duck and Company 10-page story, sold for $2,880. And sorry, just looking through. Yes, he did. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. It was a great Moldoff piece there. And yes, he did with the Comedian. That's what I thought, Daniel, when I browsed through everything as quick as I could. But yeah, that was a really good one. Duck Cap Marcus. All right, so still got some time for Berkey. He's not here yet. He's probably just now getting out of bed. We'll do the popular artwork now. And once again, I picked 25 artworks. Now, I know that I offered to have a guest come in and do, say, like their next 10. And I've got 2 people that want to do it. And I really need to just take the time and get one of them to come on with, to let them know, hey, pick your 10. Here's my 25. Pick a different set of 10. And so fingers crossed, I will get my act together and get that done so that we can start doing that next week. So if anybody else is interested in doing it, feel free to let me know. But hey, let me see here. I'm just, now that we got the poll here, I wanted to just check it out. So there you go. You got 77% saying they are not going, and 12% maybes and 11% yes. So by and large, the answer is no. And so, I don't think us having something on that Saturday would be a conflict with most of the people who are, going or not going. And so I will apologize to those in advance that have to go, whether it's for work or even pleasure, but we may end up doing something on that day. But we're not going to commit to it just yet. Mike and I still have to iron out the details, and I'm talking to a few other people. But Ron, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And all right, so Mikhail, yeah, I know you said you were going, so yep, you got to go, right? But you'll have a lot of the place to yourself probably. And I got punked by you last night with that CAF page by McGinnis. I'll never forget that. I looked at it, I'm like, wow, whatever Mikhail said it kind of does look like Thunderstrike. I didn't know. There you go. And Dino, you will be there. So unfortunately, that would mean that Dino and Mikhail both won't be able to be in on that. But that's all right. Well, I'll make it up to you guys somehow. And Daniel Evan, thank you very much for that super sticker as well. So no, hey, nothing to be sorry for. I got when I saw was it you and Chris were chatting about it, I just thought, well, two people are chatting about it. Maybe it's true. So I just didn't know you guys were joking. All right, so let me go through the popular artworks for August 23rd through the 29th. And let's get this thing rolling here. First up, how could I not make this one my top pick? Frederick Lorge, my friend from Comic Art Factory. This great Mike Mignola Alien versus Predator number 0 cover. This is fantastic, and I'm so happy for him. Next up is his piece in the collection of Bill J. Jim Lee, of course. And if you read the description on this one, Bill already owned the Batman cover, and he got the Robin cover, and now he's got them both. Nice story on that one. And I couldn't not feature James' artwork again. I know we talked about this recently as well. The Art Adams Guardians of the Galaxy wraparound cover, one of my favorites, posted recently to CAF. And then, hey, this is a Marcus Way What If 11 page, Jack Kirby. And I don't know if it's what if Reed Richards had a mustache. I'm not sure what the story was on that one because I don't believe I ever read that issue, but a great page nonetheless. Next up, this is Ron Friend's Joe Sinnott Thor 405 page in the collection of JH. And keeping the little FF thing kind of going here, we've got this one in Wes Stefan's collection. John Buscema, Joe Sinnott from FF 122. Galactus battles in that one. And then this one is just a Silver Surfer sketch by the great Jack Kirby in Rick Whitelock's collection. And then we've got a Sam Keith and Ken Carter's collection. This is the cover to Nemesis the Warlock, number 8. And I'm keeping with, there's a lot of Kirby in this one. This is from FF 83. It's page 12 in Hans's collection. And Joe Sinnott inks on there. Human Torch, last panel. Just straight up amazing. And this one's from McSpidey fan, our very own Scott Wingo, Sal Buscema, Jerry Telak. Sorry, I butchered that. Alpha Flight 34. I think that was picked up on Dueling Dealers. Next up is a Tony Daniel Batman Wildcat number 1 cover. This is in the collection of Paul P. And I've got another Sam Keith here. Sorry, the scan was not very good, but I couldn't not feature it. Collection of Steve C. This is from Marvel Comics Presents, issue 90, page 8. And another not so great scan, but I really like this image, so I wanted to feature it in the collection of Brian Lake. This is Old Man Logan by Stephen McNiven, a commission. This, of course, Mike Mignola, Bride of Frankenstein. This is a poster that was put out by Mondo, and it's in the collection of Justin Ishmael. Hey, it's not a Batman in Daryl R's collection. This is Punisher Warzone Annual Number 1 from 1993. It's a pinup by Luke McDonnell, and it's a beauty. And again, I got a Kirby thing going on this week. This is one that has Bill Everett inks. This is in Mickey Adamantadu's collection. It's from Thor 171. This one has a great story. You should go over to Joe Jusko's gallery and read it. Of course, this is by Joe Jusko. He picked it up himself because this was a Savage Sword of Conan cover that he painted early in his career, and he felt it was a turning point in his artistic career. So he bought it back, and he's super happy about it. This one is in Mikhail's collection. Gerardo Zaffino, Uncanny X-Men number 4, variant cover from 2018. All right, and this one is in Jay Giant's collection. Dave W., Gary Frank, Cam Smith. This is from Incredible Hulk 407, page 11. And this one's, I'm not going to be able to show it as well as we should. It's 3 pages, pages 1, 2, and 3 from Gwenham versus Carnage, number 3, King in Black, collection of George H., Flavio Armentaro, and Rico Renzi. And this is Venom, Lethal Protector number 5, page 8. This is in Dinesh's collection, Ron Lim, Sam De La Rosa, first appearance of several characters in that story. Dinesh is the first appearance king. And then this one, Francesco Bazzana's collection, Ross Andrew, Jim Mooney, Marvel Team Up number 7, page 1, and it's a beauty. And this is in Lance Suarez's collection, John Buscema, George Klein. This is from Avengers 54, page 4, Masters of Evil. I mean, that last splash is like so incredible. And final 2, Ron Lim, you make it. It's Alex Toth and Terry Austin. This is from Superman Annual number 9, double page spread, pages 3 and 4. And finally, a commission from Chris Stevens. This is in the collection of Tim D, Wonder Woman, Dead Earth versus Superman. And Chris can do no wrong. He has been cranking out some amazing commissions. So congratulations, Tim, on picking that one up. So, yeah. It was an insane Toth. I'm sure. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of great art that went up in the last week, and even this week. I don't know where it's all coming from, but there's so much great art hitting CAF. It makes it really hard for me to pick the pieces out that I want to feature. So, but keep them coming. And then, yeah, the Mondo poster. I like that piece by Mike as well. So yeah. So there you have it. But what I would say is, I will. I had originally asked Khalil, when he was on, saying it would be a good idea for him. So I'm going to shoot him an email and see if Khalil's still open to doing a 10-piece pick to go after me, or even before me, next week if he's got the time. If not, I got Chris, who emailed me right after that show saying that, he would be open to doing it. And so I'd love to have either of them do 10 picks. Shang-Chi week. I was thinking something about that, Marcus. I'm not quite sure what we would do, since we've never done too many themed sorts of things, but it's entirely possible. And hey, I can see my guest is in the green room, so why don't we bring in? And I heard he got a haircut today, so this is the first time I get to see the new do. Look at that! Hey, Mr. Berkey, how's it going?
Hello, fellas.
Hey, I got to switch my audio over to my thing. How you doing this evening?
Good. All's well.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, I see why it's not showing up yet. It was off, and now I've got to get it back on. There we go. But yeah, Mike, so I wanted to have you on so we could talk a bit about, our bin dive from last weekend, and, the pros and cons of that whole experience, which, because it went so well. I mean, we got a lot of positive feedback and, from everybody, but, just so everybody knows, when we went into that, I just knew it'd be a fun experience, right? Being able to just jump into a bin that we hadn't looked at, and we had picked a bin that had been looked at a long time ago. That's why we actually had all the artists written. Mike had all the artist information written on, and we were like, oh, let's pick that one. It'll be an easy one for us to talk about. And so it was great, but the problem was, without having anything priced, we were. Mike was inundated with emails, and I'm sure even now, because he figured that thing's just playing over and over on YouTube, he's probably still getting a few emails a day from people asking about buying artwork from that. And I mean, that's true, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that one day before I left, we checked your, within 30 minutes of the show ending, you already had about 50 emails, and they were all more inquiries. And we told you to inquire. I mean, that was the thing. We didn't really know. I mean, there was no game plan. That was really where we failed. We didn't really think it through, what was going to happen. And, so we didn't want to frustrate anybody. At the end of the day, we're trying to have not only, a good show, but we want to get the art out there as well. And we don't want people to think we were trying to game anybody by showing off all this great artwork and then not having prices for you. That wasn't, I mean, but that's what we did, but we weren't thinking that it was going to result in some people being a little frustrated with Mike, which, that was not what we wanted. We wanted everything to be happy and fun after we were done.
Yeah, and I know I have a lot of people ask me for scans, and I said, getting this stuff ready for dueling dealers and everything. I said, I'll try to make scans, but I just have them all set aside. I haven't even had a chance to scan them or anything. So.
Right, exactly. So, well, I mentioned to everybody earlier that we're thinking about doing our next show probably New York Comic Con weekend or the weekend before that. It's just a question of what we think might work out. And like I said, I know everybody loved it, but so what Mike and I were talking about was essentially us having to do a pre-bin dive, not on air, so we can pick the pieces out and then have them priced for everybody. Just because it was just too complicated to show the art, and then, you know, like I mentioned, I know Mike had one piece where he must have got 15 to 20 inquiries on the one piece because it was so awesome, and that's not fair, and it's not really the way you know we wanted it to go, right? I mean.
No, I said I just got to take a little bit more time in advance, maybe pull 30, 40, even 50 pieces, but I'll put prices on it. But we will show them for the first time on the show. That way there's a price, and whoever gets it, and it'll just make things easier, and people can, you know, ask afterwards if they want something or whatever. So I'll just try to price it, but we'll show it on the show for the first time. That just makes things easier for everybody.
Exactly. I mean,
and if people watching gets first dibs, and that's a good thing for people watching your show.
I agree. And we are going to call it more Raiders of the Lost Art. That was the idea. We want to put a little spin on it.
Wear your cute little shirt and hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you dress up as Short Round, that's when with your New York Mets cap.
We just need a little lasso for you.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm sure we'll have some interesting memes we'll make up in the future from that, huh?
I would think so. But I want to do something. Yeah. See, like B&G said, it has to have a price, and that's the whole idea. You know, but when we went into it, we were just thinking it was
that's just I know, but I said that's no different than just having an art drop, really. But
right, but no
art drop with bins of stuff we haven't seen, so it'll be like that.
Right, but it didn't.
It'll just make things flow easier.
Exactly.
And if people ask on the sides, we could, re-show stuff. Let me see that again or whatever,
Exactly.
Go back and re-show stuff.
All right. But at least it'll be, when we do it again, it will be priced. And so fair to everybody. You can claim stuff in the chat. So it's more like a claim sale, but still as off the cuff as we can make it. Because doing it the way we did it just did not, it was fun. Everybody loved, I had to go back and watch the comments because we couldn't even see them, since we were using my laptop to stream from. We agreed we've actually got to get a bigger, like a TV to use because we couldn't read any of the comments that were really coming in either. It just, everything about it wasn't perfect.
Too small.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, exactly. So just reading through, but I would never whip Mike, He's the boss at the end of the day, sort of.
I just want to make things easier for everybody,
Yeah.
I don't want the stress. I don't want anybody mad. So,
Right. No, that's exactly, like I said, that's the last thing we want. So the plan is we're going to do something along those lines. Probably more, if we're going to do a bit of a longer show, it'd probably be like 50 pieces that we will, we'll bin dive it. What I might do is go over to Mike's and film us pulling the pieces that we're going to do, so you can kind of see how we got them, but I'll hand them over to Mike, let him price them out, and then that way when we do the actual show, we'll have everything ready for everybody, and it'll be fair for everyone, and so
they'll be shown on the show for the first time. I don't know if I'll try to scan. It probably makes it easier if stuff is scanned, but if not, we'll show them. If people need to see them again, we can re-show them live on the show or what.
Yeah. I mean, I'll leave that up to you if you want to scan them or not, because that is a lot of extra work. Just pricing them is hard enough at the end of the day. But
yeah, it is.
If you want to show them, if you want to actually show them scans, I'm cool with that too. And yeah, I did read a Willy Wonka ticket comment. I don't remember who said that, but see, Stanley,
I got a golden ticket. Is that the one?
Yeah, exactly. No, it was cool. I mean, I wanted everybody to experience what it's like for me when I go over and hang out with you, Mike, and we just pull out one of the bins or whatever, or the piles of the bins that are in various corners of your office. So, I wanted everybody to have that same experience that I did, and I think they did. But yeah, it didn't. But it's the same problem. Every time when I'm at Mike's house and I see something I like, I'll hold it up and be like, "How much? Hey, Mike, how much is this?" And it's more of a, "Well, how much do you think it's worth?" Right, Mike? Or
depends on the piece.
It's not often that we
I only do that with X-Men pieces.
Son of a bee. I knew there was something going on there. But I'm gonna have to pick the non-X-Men stuff then, and see if I can get something there. Willy Wonka Dueling Dealers theme would be fun. Yeah, it would be. Let's see. Just do an art drop an hour after the show gets posted to YouTube. Yeah, something along those lines. I mean, we'll figure it out. We still have to kick around a few ideas just to make it work better, and
Right.
and get the artwork into everybody's hands. That's the thing.
Well, there's no point. That way people can say yay or nay, right there live if they want it and they get it. So, sort of like an art drop basically, but it'll be out of those bins. So that way people can know right away what it is. Bill's gotten a good X-Men piece from me. Have you already shown it on your show, Bill?
Which one? Like the cockroom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Essentially like the style guide. Oh yeah, no, they've seen it.
You have it handy. You can show them again.
I can't reach it all the way over to. No, it's actually I can't get it out of there right now.
This group, your awesome shield.
I could if I changed the view here. I can make myself full screen. Yeah, see there you go. See, Mike bought that shield for me, and look, if you look real close, there's a Stan Lee signature right in the center of it. I know we've joked about Stan Lee signatures, and I think we've even joked at least he didn't sign it in the center of the shield. Well, I've got a cap shield with a Stan Lee signature right in the middle of it, thanks to Mike Berkey. So no, Mike takes care of me, and we do have. I actually have a few pieces of X-Men art that I haven't picked up yet. That I have I have my little stack in a cupboard over at his place, and there's a Will Sportasio X-Men piece in there.
Yeah, that could go on Dueling Dealers, I think.
Yeah, I know. When I mentioned that, there was like 5 people that were like, what issue was it from? And I couldn't remember.
Yeah, 270 something.
Right. No, it was 270 something. It had Storm on it, as I recall.
I think 276 or 7.
How do you remember all that stuff?
Yeah, and I've only seen it.
I know where it is. It's right behind that shirt.
Yeah, I could grab it and show people if they want to see it.
Nah, because then you'd have to show them how tall the stack is that you're holding for me. We don't want to. But
yeah, it is right behind that Ramita Man shirt, right there. It's right in that file right there.
Yeah, and I can tell you when the bin drop happened, there was only one piece that I set aside that knowing that I wanted to get it, and it was an Ian Churchill Coven page from issue 5 or something like that. I've never seen. I don't think. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen any of those pages for sale, and it was pretty nice. So, no, we don't want to show Brett. You'll get to see the art that I get when I'm able to put it in my collection, not beforehand, right, Mike?
Yep.
Thank you, Mike.
Gotta work towards it. It makes it exciting.
Exactly. Exactly.
The hunt is better than the kill.
Yep. Yeah. And so Tim. See, I know that was a very underappreciated storyline. I thought, I always enjoyed it, and it was the book that turned me on to Ian's work to begin with. So I was happy to find that page, and I was happy when he did work on X-Men, because I think a Churchill page was probably one of the first X-Men pages I ever picked up. Was when it was around 1999. I had picked up a page from a guy on eBay, and well, that would have been my first published page. Would have been that page though. So there you have it. Take a poll on whether or not to show the stack. No, we can't do it, but there are a few other pieces in there. There's a Gene Colan piece. There's an Infantino Iron Man piece, I think, in there.
You're not getting all those, are you?
Well, I hope to eventually.
Whew.
What was the other stuff that's in that stack? Yeah, we can't show that stuff on there. There's no Silvestri X-Men in there, though, because I haven't seen any good Silvestri X-Men yet that I would want to take.
I might have a page or two floating around. I don't know.
There is a Bill Sienkiewicz piece in there that it would take me a long time to pay off, though. That Moon Knight page.
Oh, yeah. There's a real good Moon Knight in there.
Yeah.
It's one of his best, yeah. I think it's a panel battle page.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's got to be at least $20,000.
I don't even know. And I have a splash too, which is sort of cool.
That is true. You sold one on Dueling.
Yeah, the Dueling Dealers. We sold one. Went within the first 2 seconds. It got put up.
Exactly. Marcus knows how that works. It's a whole pile, time payments. Yeah. Oh, I'm working it off. Trust me, Marcus. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't really. Yeah, I kind of go over there and just pick out whatever's next.
Like Stanley, I was going to ask, have you had your poll yet, Billy? Have you talked to people about your poll? for what night for Dueling Dealers?
I haven't done that one. I did actually poll people about whether or not they were going to New York Comic Con, and I think it was 11% are, 12% were maybes, and 77% were no's. So I think but of course I do know that Mikhail and Dino are going to New York Comic Con. So they are going. So if we were to do something, yep. I knew, Mikhail had already planned his trip out there a while back. So, he was kind of committed to going, and, Dino being close, he's going. So yeah, if we did it that day, Dino and Mikhail would not be able to, there you go. Pay and grab Bill's pages. Samuel, that's not going to happen. See, Samuel says you practically could do an art drop with the pages I've set aside, I believe. There's got to be at least 20 in there. I personally
am hoping they cancel New York Comic Con. That way we could have a really big show that weekend. We could have dives on Friday and Saturday. Sunday's football, though, so I don't want to do it Sunday.
Right. We have to have that day off.
But Friday and Saturday, I would do it. And even Thursday night. What the heck? Because technically the show is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we'll see. I mean, again, I still think they might cancel it, but you never know. I mean, we're so close and they haven't canceled it yet. Right. So I can't.
Well, like Anthony said, he hasn't even sent his second half payment for the tables, which normally you have to pay by like May 31st in full.
Right.
And Anthony said he hasn't even made his second payment. They haven't asked for his second payment for his booths yet.
Right.
That's crazy.
I was emailing with Mark A earlier, and he told me that he had to cancel because all of his artists that were coming in were from Europe, and they didn't have the right vaccinations or whatnot. So he's not going. So that's another art dealer down. So
I've talked to a lot of Europeans that I know that used to always go, and they said they're not going to New York. So
right. So we'll see. Sienkiewicz Dune page. Yeah, Rodney. Everybody would like a good Sienkiewicz Dune page. But
Sienkiewicz Doom.
Dune.
Oh yeah, that's rare stuff. I get asked for that a lot. That's rare stuff.
Yeah.
What's the page Anthony had last night? That was Al Williamson, right?
Al Williamson, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yeah. That was a nice one.
It was. Yeah. But it didn't have Harrison Ford on it. If it had Harrison Ford on it, it would have been super duper desirable. But Rutger Hauer's always cool. He made that movie. But yeah. So we'll keep everybody posted. Hopefully within the next week, Mike and I will have our plan.
Something cool.
Plan laid out, and I do hope to involve a couple other sellers one way or another, as like, and just kind of stack the shows one after another. I think it would be fun. So we'll work it out. I did ask Mark Hay about it since he said he had to cancel New York. I offered to him, like, do you want to do some kind of an art drop or a commission opportunity or whatever? Do you want to come on for just a little bit as part of the show? Like after you, for instance, and haven't heard back from him yet. But since he had to cancel, you figure he was planning to go to the show. He probably has new art for sale,
right?
And why not do an art drop with us on as part of the overall event? So I'm going to talk with Felix about what he's got planned, since he always does something, and we'll just try to all work together to make a good event out of it, no matter what we end up doing. So yeah, Marcus says less Odyssey, so no more Cosmic Odyssey pages.
Yeah, he said that the week before my last one. Then he had another one last week.
I know. I teased him about that. He mentioned it on Monday after the show with Jason. He said that he was bringing a Mignola piece, and I said it better not be a Cosmic Odyssey, and he didn't.
From now on, if he has a Cosmic Odyssey, I'm going to pull out. Remember that Black Canary where she has her mouth open? A cover I got over there. I was going to pull it up.
I finally blocked that out of my mind until you said that.
I should go grab it and show everybody.
No, don't.
It sort of looks like a blow-up doll. Oops.
Yeah, that was a bad. Yeah, that one will never be forgotten.
A published cover.
It was a published cover. I'm sure they were laughing at the DC offices. Yeah, because of that one. But need more Harpy pages. Yes, we do, Shaggy.
Like Harpy pages. Yeah, I know. And some Moidoc. I got to find some Moidoc pages.
Yeah, for all the times I've gone through bins, I don't think I've seen any Moidoc.
Believe it or not, I think I have a splash page with Modoc on it. I got to find it. So I'd always show it if we ever have Albert on again. I'll have to show that one.
You have to sell it during the show.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. But I think I have a Modoc splash by Gene Colan.
All right. By Colan?
Yeah, it's from, believe it or not, he battled Submariner. I believe I have a Submariner 48 splash page. And it's Submariner and Modoc, believe it or not. I believe it's from Subby.
Well, I know where all
Crazy.
this. I know where there's a lot of Submariners in the bins.
Yeah, I have some good John Buscema Submariner. I started buying them up when all the FFs were high. I go, man, I think the Submariner stuff is actually better drawn on some of them. So I started buying Submariner pages whenever they came up for sale for a while.
Well, they are doing very well at auction.
Now they are. Yeah, I've seen a few. I think a page from issue 1 went for really big money at, I don't know if it was Comic Link or Heritage or somewhere recently, but I know an issue 1 page sold for good money.
Yeah, I think it was Heritage. I could be wrong though, but I do remember that page going up.
Yeah, I don't have any Bill Everett Submariner. I had I don't know if Rich Dolly's on there. One of my big regrets was I had a whole complete Everett issue and I traded to the Donnellys years ago. I should have saved it. I mean, it wasn't worth a lot of money back in the 90s, but what are you gonna do?
And Rodney, if you're talking about the Gibbons stuff, I mean, I'm always interested in the Doctor Who pages.
Oh, Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I think I might have some Doctor Who.
I haven't seen them. I had a couple. I think I sold them to you back when I had when I was funding.
Doctor Who?
Yeah, when I was funding my miniature golf course, sadly, and I think you picked them up from me. I had
Who would have been the artist?
Gibbons, Dave Gibbons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like twice up pages.
Oh,
so there you go. See now people are asking.
Tour.
Yeah. No,
that's hard to find stuff.
I don't think I've seen any of that.
Yeah, I hardly
at your place.
I'm trying to think if I have anything interesting.
You always got stuff. If the thing with Mike is you can't see it. I mean, those are stacks of art all around him and in front of him.
Oh yeah, I have
and all that stuff is not. I'd say 85% of that isn't.
I'll show you something. You're gonna laugh your butts off. Here's a stack. Oh wait, here's a stack of art.
This is what I look at. Look at that. That's a counter behind him, like a kitchen counter.
Yeah, I know. That's one of my stacks of art.
That's a good.
I've been sorting
14, 16-inch stack of art right there.
Yeah,
and even to the other side of you, where you always have that giant stack there. So
I'm working on them.
Chris, we're not doing an impromptu bin dive tonight. Nope. We've learned our lesson.
I could, but then I get enough. I get too many emails and people mad at me.
Well,
I don't want to.
That's what we're going to avoid. We're going to work. We're going to be more diligent and thorough when we do a show like that again in the future. I
do have one cool thing I'll show. I thought this was if anybody's ever seen this as a published cover, I don't know. It's not a recreation, but it's Bob Layton from 2008. It's even signed Layton. I've been looking to see if this was published, but I couldn't find it. But I thought it was I had it in a stack with published art, but I've never been able to see it. I know they have a book called The End, but the cover is completely different. But and it's not a recreation, so it's sort of cool. And it's signed Bob Layton at the bottom, sort of cool. But I thought it was published, but I can't find it anywhere online. So, but neat looking cover from 2008. So that was one of them.
Ron Lim just said we need a new CAF show. He's calling it the supermarket sweep in Mike's house. Grab as much art as you can in 30 seconds.
I got in a John Buscema Red Sonja page. Michael Lark, I'll just show you. Is this a double spread? Oh, it's a double spread, but on one page. Sort of cool. Michael Lark.
Dang. Is that published?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 637, pages 4 and 5. Isn't that cool?
Shoot. Well, I love Michael's work.
Published. Yeah, sort of cool.
Does Berkey show his neighbors his artwork? I don't think so.
Yeah. Nice Dan Jurgens CAF special. This will be on a Dueling Dealers show soon. It's a Captain America number 38 splash page. Sort of cool.
Man.
It's got that in. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Mike worries that he won't have enough art, but he brings in as much art every week as he's like.
And I'm not familiar. George Pratt, Batman, sort of cool. Batman, Harvest, Breed. I'm not really familiar with it, but sort of cool stuff. And it's published. That's actually a panel in the book. I don't know how he draws panels that big, but
Well,
it's published.
that's
I
the way
found
Pratt
it on the
works.
page. Huh?
That's the way Pratt works. I mean,
Yeah, crazy stuff, So
don't show anymore. You're gonna get inquiries. You're already getting inquiries.
All those will be on a show or a dueling.
That's why, guys and gals, we want to do a show that is really special. A lot like what we did last Saturday, but with prices. So Mike and I are gonna work out the details, and
Mike Diodato, nice glory.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. So what we were thinking was like we might do something like that, and then but make it special, make it only like a quarterly type of thing. We would never want it to. It could never be a weekly. It really even shouldn't be a once a month kind of thing. It would be just a super special event. Yeah. And
the Dueling Dealers thing takes a lot of time each week for all of us. So
right. Is it true that Berkey's house is 80% art and 20% bricks?
If that's true, then it could be blown down.
Exactly. I could say his office is 80% art and probably 20% bricks.
I'm doing a big addition so I could have more room. So.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with all that art? You got to bring it over here, I think.
No. It'll be okay here. They're building the outer wall first. See, then they're gonna knock my walls down. So.
That makes sense.
That's actually what they're doing. I told them, hurry up. They're starting on the 13th. I said, hurry up so we can get walls up before it snows.
Oh man. Oh. Yes, George. How the hell did you get all those pages? It's a well. Yeah. You've been at this
25 years at cons. I go to cons all the time and buy stacks of art, and just the best stuff I put on the website. The rest I would just store away. Now I'm finally going through them.
Yeah, exactly. Because for what in Mike's area there alone, he's probably got 1,500 pages just sitting around him, and that's not where any of the bins are. And the bins are all scattered throughout his office space. So yeah, I know. We did. I can tell you, everybody, we did actually talk, and we haven't finalized anything on this too. But I told Mike, since it's going to be a long time before he gets back to some shows, that we should go through some of the bins that are priced on his site and just essentially like doing a recap show. It's just putting some stuff out there for sale that's been Mike, what I'm talking about, and the bins that are across from where you're
sure.
Just doing a small show on that, moving a few pieces. So since the Dueling Dealer show is pretty much all new artwork by and large that Mike's bringing in, so. And help clear out. We might free up some space in a bin for you, Mike, so you don't have to go out to Sam's Club and pick up more bins.
That's okay. I just bought 6 more on Amazon, so I'm good.
And Halloween themed art drop. We actually talked about something like that. Definitely.
I said if we have a show, let's see, October. The 27th is a Wednesday. I'm just saying if we were doing a Dueling Dealers.
The 27th. So that would make what? So Sunday's the 31st now.
The 31st is on a Sunday this year. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually don't do a show on Sunday. Well, we'll work that out. But all right. Well,
it could be fun.
Yeah, it could. So anyway, I wanted Mike to come on just to let you know that we were thrilled with the way everything worked on Saturday. Even the sale portion at the beginning of the show worked out pretty good. With a lot of
mostly older stuff, but there was people that liked it. So
Yep, exactly. See, Mike should do some bundling pricing to clear some room. Well, you never know. That's where. Yeah.
I always bundle price. Go to the site and look up what you want. If you order 3 or more pieces, I'll always give you a discount. Just ask.
Yeah, that is very true. All right. Well, so we've got a lot to plan out, Mike, and I know that. I was thinking maybe. Well, what are you doing on Labor Day? Are you going out to your brother's?
Might, but I'm not sure. Why? You have something going on Monday night?
No. Well, I was just thinking. Well, nothing's going to go on. We're not going to have a show that night. But I thought maybe we can. Maybe I'll go over your place if you're not doing anything with the family.
It's possible. I have a fantasy football draft on Sunday and a fantasy football draft next Wednesday night. So.
All right. Well, I just want we'll work it out. We gotta get. And we need to film a few more memes.
Yeah.
Everybody liked your Spidey's bad day.
Yeah. I really didn't get the flock of birds, but I know you had the bird theme.
I wanted to do something more. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted. You know, Ashton edited that one, and so it was kind of what I wanted, but not. It didn't come off the way I wanted. So,
I didn't know if there was more story to it, you know.
I should have had you crash. You know, the birds blocked your view.
Well, I crashed into the pond.
Yeah. So let's see. You hit a wall. You hit the pond.
Oh, yeah,
have you hit something else. See, maybe that's what should have happened. The birds got in your way, and then you hit a wall. That might have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Yeah, Jordan says Cam Newton's a steal in round 2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we have some planning to do, but we will get it right the next time, everybody.
Sure.
And it'll be just as fun, and we've got other stuff planned as well. So we're just going to keep trying to keep things interesting and keep the Dueling Dealers show going well. And I do believe that we're going to probably, after we saw so many people didn't want us to switch to Monday, and I've asked you guys in the past, whether we should stick to Wednesdays or not. I mean, we probably should just stick to Wednesdays, but move it when we need to.
Is that right?
Well, remember I had queried everybody a month ago about that, and everybody said they wanted us to stick with Wednesday, but I was just getting frustrated with Comic Link crossing over to our Wednesdays, and then Heritage doing their signature auction and having it start on a Wednesday now.
The regular weekly auctions.
Right, and the regular weekly auction.
Starts at 7.
See, but Monday Night Football gets in the way of.
Well, Monday Night Football sucks. I mean, it's a crappy. All the good games are on Sunday night. Monday night is really crap games. No offense, but
right.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'd rather do Tuesday over Monday, actually. And just when Comic League has an auction, you switch it to Wednesday or Monday. That's how I felt. I thought Tuesday would be the perfect night to quell everybody. No football, and just the 4 times a year that Comic League has a auction, we go to Monday or Wednesday. That's all I was thinking.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna,
you can always make that an option, see what people think.
Yeah. Well, I'm writing it out.
Last night we had at least 5 or 10 comments. People said, "Oh no, not during football." But you're right. That would make Wednesday better then.
Right, because it can only be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've got this show on Thursday, and I want Fridays off.
Correct.
So that has to be the way it goes. So all right, I'm just gonna do it. I've got it. Which night is best for Dueling Dealers, and I'll put it out there once more as a real poll for everybody.
You put Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
That's what I'm that's what I'm doing. I was gonna say Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and then this is a re-polling of everybody just to get their opinion on it. And I don't mind sticking with Wednesdays. Like I told you, I just don't like the idea that people have to be committed from 7 p.m. Eastern until 11 p.m. Eastern. Watching comic art sales. It just seems like a lot of effort. I mean, and isn't it weird that Heritage has their signature auction starting on a Wednesday when they would have their Wednesday weekly auction as well? I mean, I know the first one must start. I mean, it starts early, right?
Well, it starts at noon, then the other one's still at 7.
Well,
it's only 28 art lots.
Yeah, that's true. But still, it's like they're staggering into themselves, with those time slots. So
it's weird they have that Promise collection of comics, so that's taken up all of Saturday and all of Thursday. So
right, exactly. Well, so let's see. People a early blush on the poll has 42% for Tuesday, 38% for Wednesday, and Monday at 20%. So we'll see. We'll let it ride for a little while. I mean,
sure.
I always kept Tuesdays were historically the comic art live chats that we did.
Right. When we stopped doing those. So.
Well, we didn't stop doing them. I just rolled that into like my interview shows.
Well, you can always do those on Wednesdays or Mondays or whatever if you had to.
Right. I mean, if I had to, if people felt, but see now it's Tuesday and Wednesday neck and neck. We'll see. I don't know, but I'll let it run for another 10 minutes. Anybody that wants to add their 2 cents on it, and I'll take it all into consideration. I like Wednesdays though. It was the best choice when we started, and it just it's kind of faltered after the schedule changes by everybody else. So all right, well I'll let you know on that, Mike. So listen, man, thank you for popping in for a little bit.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to talk about what happened. Tuesday is Pokemon Go Live. No, it's not. All right. Let's see. We need to settle bets for everybody in the chat. It's always fun. Screw those auctions on Wednesday. Teach them a lesson and do their updates at 3 a.m. Right. Well, that was why I was sticking to my guns as far as wanting to stick on Wednesdays. But at the end of the day, I just feel like we're putting everybody, all you guys, out by making you have to hang around twice as long and pay attention to an auction, and then us. You know how I've been trying to talk about getting more of my time back, and here I am monopolizing your time on a night when you're already getting monopolized by the other auctions. So that's all. I just want to keep everybody happy. But all right, Mike, we will. I'll be in touch if possible. Yeah. I'd like to get over there on Monday if we could. And
Monday's possible. We'll talk on Sunday. See what's up.
Okay. All right. You have a good night,
everybody.
Twip. All right. Thank you very much, Mike. All right. You know how that goes. So Mike will figure it out and get back to you. But definitely, I think whatever we do in October with our version of trying to do that weekend show will be a lot of fun. And with prices on the art, it will make the show a whole lot better. And even though I didn't tell him he's not here, what I was going to suggest to him when I go there was if we did 50 pieces of art. When we would go through do the bin dive, and I would film it for you guys. Like, I would like to think that he'll let me pick 25 of the pieces and let him pick the other 25. Even if we're pulling them out and saying this would be a good one, and then that way it would be fun to have us both get a set. He might not like that since it's his art, but I thought it would add a little interesting wrinkle to the whole show. Since I think Mike has a very different eye for what he picks on Dueling Dealers, versus the stuff that I like, and I just think it would actually make for a very unique set of artwork where it's Mike's set and my set all sold together and mixed up or whatnot. But at the end of the day, being pieces that I got to kind of curate out of going through the bins to find things. So we'll see. But he might not like that, and it is his artwork at the end of the day. So I'm not going to force him to do anything he doesn't want to. But he's not in the green room, so we couldn't hear that either. But he's probably watching. At any rate. Let's see. It'll take him a year to price 50 pieces. No, it won't, Chris. What happens? I mean, Mike actually spends. I mean, he tells me it takes him about 8 or 9 hours to price his 19 artworks for Dueling Dealers every week because he does. The market's has changed so much that he does spend a lot of time going through the heritage results and the market data on CAF to price the stuff that he gets on Dueling Dealers. So, even if he spends about 20 minutes of research and making the scan and typing up the description, it's work. I mean, it isn't like we just kind of click our heels and the show comes together. I mean, it is a lot of effort on all our parts. So 50 pieces. I told him, well, maybe you don't scan them. That'll save him some time, but he would still have to price it and know what he's talking about. So, even if he took 10 minutes a piece, that's still going to take him quite a few hours to kind of price everything. But again, it'll make for a better show to have all of that. And force him. Sorry, just going through again. But hey, I actually have Nick Verrucci in the green room right now. So we were going to kind of give you a quick preview of what he was going to be showing on his show tomorrow. And you know what? Before I bring him in, let me play his preview, and then I can bring him in. I think that makes more sense. Here we go.
Hey everyone! On Friday, September 3rd at 7 p.m., join us for the Original Art Experience. We are going to have some more cool artwork as we always do. We are going to have Green Lantern's art. We're going to have CrossGen Jimmy Chung, Captain America Luke Ross. We're going to have Koi Fam, Mighty Avengers, Avengers Academy by Sean Chen, Conan the Barbarian, Hawkman. But wait, there's more. We are going to have, from Dan Jurgens' personal file copies, the Superman New 52 with a silver pen remark by Dan, but that's not all. We are going to have a cover by Jim Starlin of Comic Book Artist of 2 out of 3 of his most well-known characters, plus Doctor Strange, perfect timing with the upcoming Doctor Strange movie, and we're going to have Bob Larkin X-Men trading cards. Original art, that is. It's an original painting. So tune in Friday, September 3rd. Only on The Experience, and I may have a few other surprises to show. Look forward to being seen by you then.
Hey, good evening, Nick. Uh-oh, your audio. Oh, let's see. I hope I can't unmute you. You're muted. There we go.
In honor of Mike.
Nice.
I muted myself while you were on with Mike. I didn't want to take a chance. I've got a big mouth, so I wanted to just be careful. By the way, all kidding aside, and Mike is hysterical when he does this.
Yes.
The one thing about Mike, you were talking about how it takes Mike 9 hours to prep for the Dueling Dealers. I will say, out of all the dealers, Mike also spends the most time talking about the art when he writes it up, when he puts it on his website, why the issue was special, why the art's special, about the artist. And, he did that interview with you. Maybe it wasn't an interview, but you guys were talking. And he said the reason why he does that is that he doesn't want to assume people know why the art is special. And if he's going to get new customers, he feels like if you're going to spend any amount of money, it doesn't matter if it's $200 or $2,000 or more, you should get a good description of the art. So you could tell how much Mike actually puts into everything because he does it all himself pretty much.
Oh yeah, when I get his art list, for Dueling Dealers, he doesn't just have the artist name and the title and the price. There's also a big block description that I don't use, but that's what he sends me because when he's doing the show, he's got a large monitor in front of him and he's got his script up there beside him so that he doesn't forget anything. So yeah, he wants to do a good job, and that's why the whole bit when we were doing the bin show was tough because it was all artwork that he was really seeing for the first time in years too. And even though it had the artist on it and the title, he's going into it kind of blindly, and he likes to be prepared. So it was fun and we had a great time with it. It was challenging because we weren't as we just didn't come into it in the way we would have liked. We had a good time, we had a lot of fun, but it wasn't exactly the way we wanted to present ourselves because Mike is very thorough. He loves the art, he loves the stories, and he loves to write. I mean, that's why he's perfect for Dueling Dealers because he has a lot of knowledge and he likes to share it. So yeah, but we'll see. I mean, but Mike is that way. That's why he and I have had a really good relationship over the years, and he's always going to be one of my favorite people in the hobby, just for all those fun things that he does.
No, I mean, there's a lot I love about Mike. He's laid back. He's easy to deal with, He's always happy. So that makes it easy to deal with. But no, it's really fun. His website is a website you go to and you can check a lot out. I will say one thing on the diving into the bin show. I might be in the minority, but I like the idea of you're pulling the art, giving it to him, and then him figuring it out and doing it live. I may be in the minority because everybody wants to know everything ahead of time, but I thought that was really, really funny.
It was. I mean, but again, the problem being when it wasn't priced, that it just, him getting way too many inquiries right away. And, in some cases, people sent him multiple emails because they were emailing as they saw something they liked. And so it wasn't fair to anybody at the end of the day because he didn't have the prices and wasn't prepared and wasn't ready to do the research. And then, and it just threw him. So I think he ended up saying, make me an offer. And then, that it just wasn't, it's not the way he wants to do business. And I kind of felt bad putting him in that situation. So we'll get it right the next time. I mean, it'll definitely be a better show. He'll have to read his own work.
I guess the only thing he can do, and it is a lot of work, is when you guys first pull the art, just real quick record his first reaction when he looks at each piece. And then you can this way you could be like, and this is what Mike thought of this, you know?
Well, that's what I figure. I'll film part of us going through the bins to figure out what we'll have for that next show. And so that way we have something, and that might be part of the intro, how doing something like, just incorporating it into how we kick the show off. So just making that a part of it. I think that would be pretty fun. So, but we'll see. He and I still have to kind of iron out all the details, but we'll get it down. It'll be a good show when we do it. But so tomorrow you've got your show at 7 p.m. And actually, I do have a link, so I'll put that in the chat link so that anybody who is here with us on YouTube this evening can click the link and they can set up a reminder, so they don't miss the show tomorrow, and it'll give them a little jingle through YouTube. But I put it into the chat for everybody. So if you're not subscribed to Nick's channel, you should do that as well. They've got shows every night on the EXP, so it's always interesting. A lot of comic focused sale shows, but Nick's show always has the art angle on it, and Friday's a good time for it. So follow that link and subscribe and set a reminder so you can see the show tomorrow. But tell us a little bit about what you're bringing.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, tomorrow night's going to be fun. I'm going to do a little bit of a surprise tomorrow night. We're going to have 3 pieces of art under $200 from these rows. No, not the Death of Superman recreation. But we've got Jimmy Chung, Cross Gen. We've got Luke Ross, Captain America, Avengers Academy. We've got Koi Fam. We've got Chris Batista. We have a good mix of art tomorrow night, good mix of characters. There'll be a few more pages, and at least 3 of the pages will be really, really cool pages that will be favorite characters that we're going to put at under $200. We will have 1 or 2 blue line pages under $100. We want to make this affordable. We're going to have remarks. And what I usually do on the shows, our remark books are anywhere between $89.99 and $129.99. But what we usually do is we'll put them on the show for $50 to $75 to get new fans buying artwork who may not have bought it, because we do get some carryover from the other shows. And so really good mix of art. This just came in that I'm going to put on the air tomorrow night. This is 5 years old, I think, 2015. Tom Grummett recreating Death of Superman.
Wow. Man, that's a beauty.
I mean, this thing is huge. It's bigger than my mouth. So that'll tell you something. So we have that. We've had a few of these. Dan Jurgens will sometimes give us his personal copies of his books and then do a remark. So this is going to be really cool tomorrow night. It's a beautiful remark of Superman New 52 from Dan. I'm also going to have comic book artist 18 cover by Starlin. I mean, look, Doctor Strange is awesome, and he did a beautiful Doctor Strange in the 70s, but you've got Warlock and Marvel. I mean, 2 of his signature characters. And then I just got this a little bit ago, but I think it's cool to bring on the air, at the very least, get people excited. Bob Larkin, X-Men Lear art from 1995. Can't believe it's already been 26 years since he painted this.
I know. I'll tell you, I saw that, Nick, and I was like, wow. You know, that I've never owned any of those card arts, but that one's pretty darn awesome. I mean, that's a beauty.
No, you got to love it. The Brotherhood of Evil Mutants with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and it's just, I got to tell you, you can see he did a little bit of Kirby and Heck in there. Like Magneto, Mastermind, and Toad are a little bit more Kirby, but then when you get to the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, you're starting to see more Heck Buscema in there. So he really, really nailed his homages, and it's just great. I'm really lucky that I got this, but if one of the fans want it, keep the show going.
Very, very nice.
And then just to have things that are even more affordable, because some fans have asked that we bring some lithographs back, we will have these lithographs that are 18 by 24. Each are printed on a 100-pound gallery art silk stock. So we'll have Vampirella and the Dark Powers by Jay Lee, Vampirella and the Dark Powers by Peach Momoko. Vampirella by, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm freezing on him. He's one of my favorite artists. I can't even read it. Philip Tan. Philip Tan. And last but not least, Spider-Man by Alex Ross from the issue 600 cover, and they will be signed by Alex. We'll have like 2 of these on the air available for sale. So just bringing other items that are going to be, some of these will be under $30. So that's why a little bit of something for everybody. You know, not everybody can afford the big stuff. Everybody has a different budget, and it's just getting people introduced to art, you know, doing the best we can, doing our job, and growing the market just a little bit at a time. I did see a question earlier about Mike Turner. I do have a little bit of Mike Turner. I'm not yet at the point, you know, Mike was a friend, and I love Mike. And, you know, I'm not at the point yet where that might be some of the art that I give up. I do bring a lot of my own art on the air. A good portion of it is because, like I always say, I'm trying to get people vested in appreciating and collecting original art. And it's a lot easier to talk about the art that I love as opposed to just selling art just to sell it. Maybe one day on Turner, but not just yet. I will throw out one other little thing. My private collection, David. Yeah, I've got. I have a good bunch posted on CAF. Not everything. Maybe if I'll start posting again. It's just been crazy with everything going on, but I'll start posting.
You share a lot on Facebook.
Yeah. Actually, and what I've been doing lately is whenever I actually have been putting it on CAF and then Facebook. That's what I've been doing because to me, and you and I have had this discussion, CAF is the central hub. It is the center of the galaxy for original art. So you can put it on Facebook, which I'm happy to because I'm part of a few groups. Putting it on Facebook is cool, but it just disappears. You put it on CAF, it's in people's searches, it's on the homepage for 7 days as people scroll through the pages. You know, it's just, if you've got, you know, I'll say what I always say, if you can afford it, sign up for the premium membership. You'll get the market data. You'll get the ability to put in your own large JPEGs. There's a lot of benefits to the premium membership, and it does help support Bill. You know, I've always said this, and I'll say it again. Bill brings us a lot of enjoyment and puts a lot of time and effort into everything. So that's why I'm always here saying, hey, thumbs up, hit that thumbs up if you can. Thumbs up for free. Share the stream. You know, the more that doesn't cost anything, and the more viewers Bill gets, the more he can reinvest in CAF, and it helps the community, which is the most important thing. But if you can afford premium membership, go for the premium membership because that also helps in its own in a different way. But yeah, putting everything on CAF is a lot of fun. And, you know, I'm a collector, so I still spend 100 times more time looking at everybody else's art on CAF. If I would stop looking at everybody else's art, then I could have more time to put up art.
No, I get it. But yeah, I appreciate that, Nick. We've done very good ever since we started doing these live shows. It's definitely helped raise awareness on CAF of the premium memberships and the different ways people can support CAF. And so, you know, I appreciate all of it. And I like you said, it's just even people just hitting the like button here and subscribing to the channel. That helps us out a lot. It kind of gives us a direction, and it helps give us some guidance on what kind of shows we should be doing and what topics to talk about. And I've got a long list of work that I've got to get done, to kind of meet the goals that we've put out there for ourselves. But no, I always appreciate your support, especially in the channel, cheering everybody on to like the shows and give us some thumbs up. It means a lot. It really does. And you guys won't have to take care of me in my old age. Don't worry. It's not that we have to take. It's I'll be all right. I will be because I could just be sitting in a chair talking with you. it could be a wheelchair one day, but you won't have to take care of me.
I got
That's
a
all right.
feeling you're healthier than quite a few of us, myself included. So, but I do want to chime in and say one thing. It is so freaking cool to see you're going to have Joe Michael Linsner and Greg Hildebrandt back to back. I mean, a month apart, but basically back to back. I mean, you've got Joe is one of my oldest friends in the industry, and he is a tremendous talent, and he is terrible at marketing himself. It's like his artwork shines so much that it, but he is like he's the nicest, sweetest guy in the world.
Right. I've known Joe. He's probably the first artist I bought something directly from in the hobby. So I've known him a very long time too. And it's true. I mean, I actually host his website. He has a one-page website. We've been talking for probably 12 years to do something, and it's just hard to get him to get motivated. I mean, I guess I don't know. He's busy. I know it. He's always busy. He's always creating. So I was happy when his name came up as the first person that I'd be working with Talent Talk on, to help sell some art. But still, it's like I'm like, all right, we gotta give me your mugshot, I'm waiting on certain things. So it's gonna happen. We're gonna do it, and hopefully it doesn't get pushed past after September 11th. But I know because he's actually got a couple of big projects he's working on right now. But yeah, Joe's a great guy, and I'm really happy that he's going to be on the show doing a similar art drop like I did with Gerhard or Mike Vosberg, and there's and Greg Hildebrandt's another one. Jean contacted me and wanted to know if she could be on the show, and I've got about 3 other I wouldn't say all reps, but I've got a few other people who've reached out to me about doing similar shows, and it's at this point it's more of a scheduling issue for me and just being able to get all that stuff done. I mean, I wish I had a staff like you've got over there, but I do everything, and it's difficult to work all these things out, but we're getting, I'll get there. We're so close. It's like everything's like a little milestone, right? As you grow your business. And I'm kind of at that point now where I'm hitting another plateau where I'm going to need some more help to be able to move things further. And it's just a question of how I'm going to go about staffing that and getting me to that point, because I'm reaching that critical point again where I'm 3 or 4 days late replying on certain emails and even more on others because I'm hitting it. You know what I mean? It's tough. I don't know how you do it. I know how you do it. You stay up till 4 in the morning every night and you wake up at 7 a.m. And so right now I can't do that.
Don't tell anybody. At this age, I get up at like 8:30, but let's keep that between us.
All right, but you are up till 4. That's the thing.
I am.
That's because I told people, you email me at 4 a.m. So I know that you're working later than I can manage to stay up. So it's tough. I mean, but because there's a lot of work that goes into doing all the stuff that we do. So, but anyways, it's a
see is the backdoor work. Like you're talking right now about working with Joe and working with Greg, right? Mm-hmm. And Jean. Jean is a sweetheart. I love Jean, and Greg is just a legend. And this is no disrespect to anybody else, but on so many levels, Greg is like he's the top of the mountain. I mean, on so many levels, so influential, so great. What the fans don't realize, because you make it seem so seamless. And although Anthony was funny Wednesday night saying, "Give me the price, give me the," it himself. But you make it look so seamless, and you've got a good rhythm with Mike and Anthony, obviously. But when you're doing everything with strictly the creators, or even Greg through Gene, you have to walk them through everything in advance. You got to walk them through it. You got to go through the artwork with them. You got to talk about the pacing. Before you do those shows, I bet you're going to put 30 to 50 hours into each show between now and when you air them. Minimal, just getting everything ready, creating the videos, walking them through, just making sure that everybody's marketing it, everybody's taking care of it, that they have the right light. At that point, there's no detail too small or too large that you can't focus on.
Exactly. But, again, you wouldn't want it any other way. So, no, I feel like you. I'm very fortunate to be in this position and grateful for it every day. So it's a joy. But yeah, but I'm looking forward to Joe and Greg in particular. I've only talked a little bit with Greg at a couple different shows that he and I have been at together. So it'll be good to have him on screen doing, we always do like an interview for 20 or 30 minutes and then we go into the art sale. So it'll be educational and fun. And then, then hopefully there'll be art for everybody to pick up and it'll make for a good show for everybody.
It will be. It'll be a lot of fun. Well, this is getting a little bit late for you, and I know you've been putting in every show's running later and later.
Yeah,
so
that's all right.
I was going to say I am really looking forward to the Heritage recap, and if you do want to do the Comic Link recap next Wednesday, you can count me in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go double check, but Wednesday actually makes sense since we're not doing dealers to do the recap. Then I'll talk with Albert and Mike, see if they're free, and if they are, we might as well, we should just do that. So I have made a note that I will ask, and I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
Awesome. Hey, everybody, before I go, thumbs up and share. And if you're watching this video later, when I watch the Saturday, am I frozen?
For a second. Now you're not.
When I watched the Saturday Dueling Dealers that I missed, where you were in Mike's spot and I went like this twice when you sold the Flash page and you sold the Daredevil page.
I know. I knew you would be upset.
I watched it 2 o'clock the next morning. I still hit like. So you can always hit like. If you're watching this later, hit like. So, Bill, thanks for having me on the air. Thanks for allowing me to spotlight everything. And I want to thank all the CAF fans. You're all the best. I will leave this with one other thing. We were talking about this last week. Cumberbatch Pepperpot bought a Gil Kane piece of art from me 2 weeks ago. And today we donated the $400 to the Felix Liu Foundation.
That's
so
great.
Everybody gets a chance. The second opinion that Felix has, he went through a tragic time, but he's doing something that I don't know that I ever would have thought of doing, is taking that experience and trying to show people how to avoid that and how you should never give up and keep going. And I got to tell you, Felix is inspiring that way too.
He certainly is. And all right, Nick, listen, fun as always, and good luck tomorrow on the show, 7 p.m. And I shared the link earlier in the chat, so everybody should check out Nick's show tomorrow. And again, Nick, have a great evening, and thank you as always for your support on the channel. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a good night, everybody. Take care, Bill.
You too. All right, so it is getting a little late, but I do have a few other things that I wanted to go over with everybody. But first, I actually got some guest video from a gentleman named James Jim Me. He's a big Jim Lee fanboy, and he was at the San Jose Con this past weekend and shot some video, actually 2 pieces of video, and I'll show both of them, and I'll kind of keep myself on screen so I can point out some people and maybe make a little bit of commentary here or there throughout it. But it was a lot of fun. I've been the show was put on by Steve Wyatt, and if everybody knows or not, he's been a big fixture in comics in San Jose for a very, very long time. He's been running. Before Big Wow, he had the San Jose Comic Con, and I believe that was the name of it. And I know it was annual. He might have done it twice a year, but he's just he's everything to that scene. And when I had the opportunity to work with him and Steve Morger and Frank Cho on the Big Wow Comic Fest, I mean, it was the best group of guys to work with as far as their knowledge and just their passion for putting together a really great art show. Mark Hay became a part of Big Wow before we ended up having to sell that to the powers that be. But so it was great to see Steve back in action. There was a lot of I think when the whole sale went down, everybody was kind of limited on what they could do. There was a certain time period before they could put on any shows in California. And so this was Steve's first foray back into doing a show. And just looking over the video as I got to before I'll be showing this to you, it was a lot of fun, and Steve's in it. And so let me go ahead and pull this video up. And here we go.
Well, look what we got here.
And Tatiana,
San Jose Con, the first one, 2021. I'm Negan, and I'm claiming this show for Negan. We got Frank Cho, Liam Sharp, Mike Royer, Dan Brereton, Tone Rodriguez, Mark Roday, Chris Marinan, and more. Let's go inside and see what we can claim. Look, we got a print. Danny Bolonati. San Jose Con. Wow. Captain Marvel and Green Lantern. Let's see what's inside. Let's go.
Steve's always good with the tchotchkes. There he is. There's Steve Wyatt.
Would you submit to a temperature check?
Me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
He's very good.
I'm very good.
Yes.
I'm
well
very
within range.
vaccinated the day I could get it, okay?
All right.
Hey, look, it's a Rich Donnelly sighting right there.
All right, everybody. It's 10 o'clock. You know what that means. We're all going home. I mean, we're all going inside that room. Come on in. Let's have some fun.
See, Rich had 2 portfolios with him, like always.
Wristband, please. Dan Brereton's table.
It's nice to see cons again, isn't it?
Thanks, man.
Love Dan's work.
Mike Royer's table.
Yeah, because the one I'm looking at, like,
That's funny. That one.
oh, okay.
Oh, God. I sell these things for $5.
But later on, I'll send you another thing about
Not the originals, the print.
Yeah, sure.
But still, thank you very much.
You want some of them? Or one of them?
Those are $5 prints.
The originals.
No.
The originals are
These are original.
priced in
Gotcha,
pencil on the bottom corner.
Yeah, I'll definitely get a printer too.
They're. It's like
Their originals are about $300.
but because it's my creation and I'm sentimentally attached to Anarchy.
Yeah, of course.
Are these originals?
Yes, this is all original. As the sign says, character art and collector pen design.
Okay, good. Go take a look. Very nice Mickey. $50 a piece.
Well, when I used to have, my wife and I would have a garage sale in the summer, and I made a big sign that
I've actually never got to talk to Mike Royer yet, though he's been in several shows that I've been at.
Small print, if I like something. So, it's like if somebody walks in.
No color, $35.
Yeah.
Oh well.
And it's priced what, 120?
There's Mark O'Day.
I've met Mark a few times.
And Tim Vigil. And let's see, what do we got here? Sam De La Rosa.
Okay.
Awesome.
Hey Sam,
Got a
good morning.
line. And look at here. We got like an original art dealer.
Hey, look, it's Glenn.
These are awesome.
So I was just curious, like, is the stuff that you bring to shows, I mean, is a lot of it the same stuff that's on your website?
Some of it's on my website, yeah. Some of it's new stuff.
Okay. But then it would still behoove me to, like, flip
Look at
through
that.
pages.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Look at that.
Added some things.
Amita Jr. Whoa, this is like a double page spread or something from John Romita Jr. Whoa, this is a familiar one. It's like it went through a CAF claim sale or something.
Yeah, I've not seen the price. He has everything priced on his site, so you'd think everything would be priced there. I think Glenn was the only art dealer set up at that show. He did say claim. I did hear it. Ah, yes, the immortal quote from Mr. Glenn.
Stephen, would you submit to a scan on camera?
Stephen?
Temperature scan? Okay. You're good. Thank you.
Stephen has a great collection on CAF. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Last name is NG.
Jack Cats.
He's,
I should have bought one. I don't know why I didn't bring one.
oh, really? You didn't have prices on the last show? That's weird. Huh.
William Sharp will be here.
Sorry to hear that.
Noon
I find that surprising.
to 4.
Good night, David. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love Dan's work. Yeah, Brereton portfolio markets. Yeah. Dan can do no wrong. Well, I'm sorry that Glenn's not pricing at shows. I'm a little surprised about that, but I don't know. Maybe the argument is the prices are changing hourly. Hey, Ruben, I'm sure next time at Berkey's I could find you some.
Harpies.
I should buy that. You guys are mean.
I didn't remember, it was like 3,500 or 2,500 or... if you're on there, I guess it's actually a published cover. It says Gotham Knights, so this is published.
There's Rich Donnelly. For those who've never met him. The man who almost messed up 2 episodes of Dueling Dealers this week.
Okay.
Alan, before we shop here any further, would you submit to a temperature check, sir?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Get closer, sir.
No, I'm not getting closer. My hands are
Okay.
are 87.7.
Okay.
And
You got the hot hands,
heart,
sir.
My heart is 55.7.
I'm just trying to make sure we're all safe here.
We are.
Thank you.
James, me is a sharp one. Hey, Ruben, I've always felt the same way. I wish people could like those. Hey, look at that. A Dueling Dealers shirt right in front of a deal maker. I love it.
Well, well, well. I just went to the San Jose Con, and look what I claimed for Negan. The Charlie and Humphrey hat with bricks. Then I got myself Mark Baudet, Miami Mice, number 3, page 1. Not just one. Also, page 10.
Very nice.
So all in all, Negan had a great day. See you guys.
What do you think of that? That was great, wasn't it? Hey, I love these. You know, everybody should send me anything that when you're at an event, whether it's a gallery opening or a convention. You know, break out your phone, shoot some video. I'm happy to edited. This was actually edited for me. I didn't have to do anything. And yeah, nice Bodie pages, definitely, Jeff. So yeah, please send those along. I have another one. I only watched. I didn't watch it all the way through, but if everybody enjoyed that one, I can show you the next one too. What do you think? Is that a good idea? We got time for another video. I know there's still a few people in here. I'll see that everybody liked that one, so I can show you the other one. So I think it's a little bit more. Let's see. Let me remove that and add another one back in here, and I'll get this thing on the stream here. So yeah. So this was a little bit more from the show. Probably a little bit more raw footage, but let me get this one up here.
I will tell you when my book gets published. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Because I've got.
There's Mark Badger.
At this point, like 4 books selling.
That's okay. Hi. You want to say hi to people?
Sure. Which people am I saying hi
The
to?
comic art fans.
Is this the Facebook group?
This is the Comic Art Fans website group.
Oh, okay. Hi.
All right.
I don't think Mark
I
knows
used to draw
comic art
pen and
fans.
ink like everybody else, and now I'm doing everything in charcoal
Oh wow.
and pastel.
See this unveiling.
Here. There's Galactus.
Whoa.
Some bozo asked me to do a recreation of.
Wow. Avengers 57.
Steve, how did you
I was
know?
gonna say it had to have been Steve Wyatt.
Cover. That's why.
So it's. I have to say I haven't looked at it since I was young, and it's an amazing cover. It's just so damn great.
Yeah, the Kusama.
I mean, I had forgotten. I just thought of the, you know. So somewhere there's sketches in it.
Oh, can't show that online.
That's my actual life drawing stuff.
Yeah. Nice Batman, nice Catwoman, nice Darkseid.
And that's my new book. I'm debating. Well, I'm taking polls today. Do you guys buy online comics at all? I mean, just like digital comics.
Well, you could advertise on the group, and then we'll see if they actually want to buy it.
Well, I was just asking you guys specifically if you buy digital comics at all.
Well, I mean, for Kickstarters, they usually do well. Yeah.
Without having a physical product, or
Yeah, for a few bucks. Yeah.
Samaritan.
That's the art for the print. Yeah, for the show. That's nice.
Yeah, we make it a little bit larger.
Action Comics pages. Wonder Woman pages. Nice.
What are the average prices of the pages?
These are around the 200 range. Yeah.
And what about the like the pinups?
That's 200.
Oh, $200?
Yeah,
Yeah,
250.
Nice. And this one?
200.
Pretty good. My friend is filming for the Comic Art Fans side. Would you like to say hello to
Oh,
the
sure.
fans?
Yeah. Somebody wants.
Go ahead.
Hi, welcome to San Jose Con. It's great to be here today.
All right. Looks like you're selling a lot of originals.
I hope so, yeah. I'm just still getting kind of set up, but yeah, I got original art from the old Nova comics and Wonder Woman that I did back in the 90s. And, a lot of other assorted comics that I worked on over the years. So it's the original art that the comics were made from. Right there. I'm still filling in some of the pages from ones that since I've sold in the past. I haven't filled them in. Taking care of that right
So how do they get a hold of you if they see something on this video that they like?
Well, they can go to my website or my website, which is kind of hard to describe because it's just a bunch of letters and numbers.
Okay.
I would have to say Google my name, Chris Marinan, comic artist.
Okay.
And from there, you can find links to my website and contact information and everything.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, or certainly come by the table here, and I have brochures and business cards and all that stuff.
Yep. See some of these comics that you worked on now.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. Just
Chris is a very nice guy.
Many.
Talked a few times.
I've also worked on Wolverine and Superman. Are these yours, the blanks over here? Yeah, as I said.
And then so and you're selling
some Image comics.
So these are sketch covers.
These are original art sketch covers.
How much are these?
These are $85 for the black and white ones and $100 for the color. I will be here. Very affordable.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Hey, thanks for coming by. Hope.
Thank you guys so much. Of course.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Yourself?
Oh, Fuzzy Joseph is here. San Jose Con. What's up?
How are you? You having a good day?
Yep.
So far?
I am filming. I haven't gone in yet, but I'm filming a little bit for comic art fans. If you want to say hi to them.
Very cool. Hi, comic art fans. Scott Fuzzy Joseph. I think, is that a Facebook group?
No, it's an actual website, comicartfans.com.
Okay.
If you want to check it out.
I am.
18 years online. People are still finding me.
Comic art fans?
Yep.
.com. Awesome.
And they run a YouTube videos, and, just trying to gather some. Yep.
Very cool. It's like a real, you're not messing around.
No.
Sorry. Let's talk about the show.
So let's talk about you. How much you're charging for art and what you're doing.
I'm charging. I start with my series here, The War and Hope, which is I write, publish, and illustrate myself. I'm selling those at $40 for the set this weekend. And then sketches on sketch covers and 11 by 14 starting at $40 and going up from there.
All right. So how much is something elaborate like this
Like
stuff?
these pieces that are already done, they're all fairly different depending on the piece. These here, this would be a 60, this would be an 80, just because it's more characters, more time, stuff like that. Pieces like this are on 40.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all sorts of different pieces through here. It's nice fun.
Yeah. So that site is free for you to sign up if you want to scan and upload all that for sale, and you could tell, you could advertise right on there that you're selling this stuff. So.
Very cool. Very cool.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you have a great show.
Hey, you too.
I'm going to hire James Mee to start selling CAF to people for me so that they know what. Oh, look, there's Frank. Mr. Cho. And in the green shirt, that is Steve Morgan.
I just cut my nails unfortunately yesterday.
And that's the end of the video presentation. So there you have it, two videos. But honestly, anybody ever want to shoot those for those kinds of things for the show, please do. I think it's a lot of fun. Probably horizontal on the camera is better just because it gives us a better format. That way you don't have to look at me on the screen while we're doing those. But that was great. That's exact. I can't wait to get back to shows just to shoot the breeze with all the creators and stuff and other collectors. So it's a good way to start feeling the con vibe. So hopefully Mikhail and Dino will shoot a little bit when they go to New York. That would be fun. But if any other shows pop up that anybody's going to, feel free. Just a couple of minutes is fine. Or if you shoot a bunch and maybe it's not all great and you want me to edit some stuff out, I'd be happy to take a 20-minute clip and kind of put it into something that's more digestible for the show. So please do that. And just let me know in advance. I can set up a Google Drive link for you just to post some files for me. And yeah, if it happens, I know, Tim, it may not happen, but you know, Mikhail's going to be in New York one way or another. He's got his ticket to go from the West Coast, so he'll definitely be there. So hopefully for them, I guess the show goes on. But again, big thanks to James, Jim Me, a big Jim Lee fanboy for those 2 video clips. I appreciate it immensely. So just a couple other things. Does anybody care? This is a question about the CAF updates tonight. I like doing these on Thursday, but as you've noticed, I haven't really been able to, with all the kind of prep work and things I do for this show, to do the write-up, the mailing on the same day. I tried for a while there, but it became too difficult. So does anybody mind that I've changed doing the CAF email to Friday? I mean, it's it's more of an overall recap, and I think maybe Friday might be the better day to do that. And but I was just curious if anybody cares, or it doesn't matter. Thursday, Friday you're okay with either day. But let me know. I don't see anybody everybody's thinking about it. I know people read it. And it's a well-read newsletter, but Friday works fine. Okay, I think because I just can't do both on the same day, unfortunately. And so everybody, okay, Fridays are good. Then that works out a lot better for me. I cannot do both things at the same time, and I want to have my Friday nights off. So I like having the show on Thursday. So all right, everybody says whatever works for me. Good. And I appreciate that, because I'm starting to feel guilty that I couldn't get both things done on the same day. And then I actually forgot one of the days to do it because I was so focused on prepping for this show that it's just better for me to do them on Fridays. All right, good. I am very happy about that. One other thing, I know that we've talked about the CAF email, CAF mail on the site, the rollout that we did with Maureen, and we're still having problems with the collapsing threads programming. It's she didn't write that programming. Chris Haggard, who was my helper for and co-owner of all things Collectors Network that we do here. He was the one who wrote that code. So the problem is, it's like, I think to really get it perfect, we would have to probably have Maureen rewrite and restructure the data a bit. And so right now we don't have the time to do that. So Maureen has had to kind of take that collapsing thread concept out of it. And but at least it still has a search, so that's helpful. And I know somebody I'll show this one thing to everybody, because I saw it in the chat after I left the show last week. Somebody had asked about, we were talking about CAF emails and how you can go back and look at a piece of artwork in your admin and find all the emails that you had ever gotten from that. And I know that we've talked about the tips and tricks on how to use CAF. And I think this was, it's like a lot of things. I mean, I know there's no instruction book out there for most of the stuff on CAF, but this is an easy one. All right, I'll just pull up. I'll share my screen here. Let's see, remove that and add in the screen. Okay, and right there. So on here, when you're in, this is like you're in your CAF gallery admin, and I'm in my untouchable gallery room. You can see right underneath the Adam Hughes Scarlet Witch, there's a review emails link. And so that will actually give you the details on anybody who's emailed you about that. You can see I have this other Adam Hughes, the Jean's First Day, that doesn't have that link. So if you've ever been emailed about a piece of artwork when you're in a CAF gallery, then that is where you'll be able to notice that. I mean, I don't know, I could try to find a place that's X-Men pages. You all. So sure, so here's like some X-Men pages I've got. This one, and this one. I've gotten emails from. So so you can do it that way. But now that the search is there, I could certainly just go in and type, Dave Cockrum, and I'll find this one piece because it's the only one in my gallery. If I type that into my CAF email, and I'll see the same emails that I've gotten there. So that's two ways to find emails specific to a piece of artwork in your CAF gallery. And why is that important? like I think the topic came up last week because there was it was mentioned like somebody remembered an email from a long time ago and offered me the piece. I think that was Nick who mentioned that. And well, that's one way to do it. If you've gotten inquiries over the years about a piece of art in your CAF gallery and you weren't selling, one day you are. Here's an easy way to go back and find out whom has emailed you about that piece of artwork. Just hop into your CAF gallery, go to the gallery room where the art is, click on review emails, and you can then see every single email that you've gotten from that one piece of art. Very, very handy. What if you erase the piece? Well, they will still be in the mailbox. Absolutely. I don't know if I could. Well, I mean, I don't want to like dig through my stuff, but yes, when you've been emailed about a piece of artwork that you've removed from your CAF gallery, and like today, the thumbnail is shown kind of in that strip for that piece of art. If you've deleted that piece of art, it will actually just say artwork removed, but you'll still have the email about it, and it kind of has some of the data about the piece. But yeah, so you can go back and look through old emails for artwork that you have removed, and the emails are still there. So yeah, so that's an easy one. And I did have another question today, came in through Facebook. There's a question about the classifieds. This one kind of comes up a lot, so it's worth noting that as premium members, you get to use the classifieds. And in the way we originally wrote the code was that when you moved a piece of artwork from that wasn't for sale and you put it into the classifieds, we made it be new, right? Because you just made it for sale. And you want that, right? It makes sense. If you took a piece that you've had on your CAF gallery for a year and then you wanted to sell it, it should be new because you moved it in there. Well, and that's the way it originally worked. But what ended up happening was we had so many people just gaming the system. They'd move it in for a day, move it out, and then move it back. Or they'd leave it in for a week, move it out, move it back, and then it would be new. So they were just recycling, getting that classified plug and over and over that we stopped. We made the new date only be based off of when the art was originally added to CAF. So that's a benefit to people who are adding art to CAF who have it actively for sale. Like, you just got something in, but you're moving it. And so it works really well that way. But if you've had a piece on the site forever and move it in, it doesn't really help you because it's not new. And even all the things that we do key off of that new date as far as pushing out email alerts. I did have somebody email me recently and ask this question, which I thought, and they said, I understand how it works. Would you have a problem with me? Because I got a piece of art in my gallery. It's got a lot of comments on it. I really like that, but I know if I mark it as for sale, no one will see it because it'll be at the end. Do you have a problem if I add it, but turn the other one off? Because if I don't sell it, I want to be able to turn it back on and still have all my comments. And I said, sure, that's fine. If you want to add the pieces new as a classified, so long as you turn the other one off, then I'm fine with that because I don't want we don't want to have the same piece of art on the site twice. That's always been one of our big pet peeves that are out there. And so I told that guy that it was fine, and I was glad they asked. I think that's a fine method of handling getting the artwork in the classifieds as new, but not having it not losing all of the extra data, views and comments and emails and things like that you might have gotten. So that's all. So that's just a strategy to employ if you want to do it, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Just be sure to turn the older piece off so that it's not muddying up everything and being on the site twice. So keep if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email on that because I would be happy to go over that as well with anybody. I keep traded and sold out in a gallery named that way. Right. Well, Tim, I mean, and technically, I mean, it is, and I'll just say this, and I turn the other cheek for a lot of people, especially premium members, because at the end of the day, we always never wanted traded or sold artwork to be on CAF because for that very same reason that it could be on there twice. So we always said, the CAF galleries, I'm sure if we go back and read the terms and conditions of the site, that was that we wanted it only to be the artwork that you own, not artwork that you sold. Because one day, we would become like this giant site that, like comic art community of all this people just having scans of things that they don't own, and you just presume they used to own. So ideally, that was kind of the approach. But I have turned the other cheek with a lot of people and not complained about it. But I'll tell you, it happens a lot that I'll get an email from somebody saying, "Hey, this guy's still got this art. It's in my CAF gallery, but it comes up twice when you search on it because they haven't removed it." And even if you weren't the person that sold them art to them, you might be 2 or 3 times removed. I will always go back to that the person who doesn't own it anymore and tell them they have to remove it, because at the end of the day, there's a collector out there sharing their collection, wanting it to be unique. I mean, that's why they use CAF to show their art to everybody. They don't want that same piece being out there 1, 2, 3 other times, because people have these sold galleries that they've chosen not to remove. So I'm not telling you have to turn it off or anything like that, but that always was the thought going into CAF, is that anything that's shown is owned by you actively, not sold or whatnot, because it does. I get at least 1 email a month from somebody asking me to tell somebody else to remove something, and I always do it, and then I just say there's no arguing about it. It has to go, because that's I'm catering to the people who own it, not the people who are showing things they used to own. So yep, exactly. Yep. I mean, and you kind of have to. That's it just keeps everybody happy, and one day we may even be a Facebook group. That's true, Sam. But yeah, that's I'm always shocked when I talk with people, and especially who are in the business, whether it's an artist or a collector who've never stumbled on CAF. But it just shows you that people's attentions, are in different places. They are only on Facebook and Instagram, and they're not focused on. They don't think sites like CAF can exist, right? I mean, who would ever think that you would do something like that when you can post for free in on all these other platforms? So but CAF has a lot of growing to do, I guess, right? And no, you don't have to turn it off, Tim. I mean, I'm just so you know, that's that was not what I was saying. But that was why that we approached the whole concept of sold artwork that way, just because we wanted to avoid confrontation, right? We just want, and I always felt like when you go into somebody's CAF gallery, that should be like you're sitting down with them at a table, and you're discussing what's in their collection, right? I mean, that was what CAF was meant to me was meant to be. It was meant to share, because as we've talked about the history of the hobby, there really just wasn't a site that allows you to do that. Be able to show off everything that you owned at one time. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that that was the initial premise. But I'm not asking anybody to do that. I only do it when there's certain offenders. I've had to go in, because there's been people who've used CAF just to sell artwork. There's been dealers or reps or a few other people that have done it, and then kept these like vast sold galleries, and sometimes those people weren't even premium members, so they're just eating up all this space with art they don't own. And I've gone in and have told certain people just to shut them down, because and I don't even tell them it's A, it's because you're not supporting me, but it's B, because you have 1,000 pieces of sold art in your CAF gallery. So sometimes you have to crack the whip. So let's see. And at any rate, so hey, it's already been 2 hours, and I'm just going through, and I think I've gotten everything checked off the list that I wanted to. I did want to thank, in the last week we did get 3 new members to the channel, which I always appreciate, and I think it's worth noting, because I wasn't able to do it when we had so many people signing up. But last week we had Price Anderson, Tyler L., and Oliver Van all signed up to be a member of the channel, and I do appreciate that. I think where are we at? We're at 112 members on the channel so far, so that's good. Every little penny helps out with everything. I mean, like I told you, I mean, I'm paying all 3 kids now something. Both my girls work on the Dueling Dealer show with the production and getting all the slides ready, and my son has been helping out a lot with the video editing and other prep work for this show. He puts together the CAF update videos for me and a few other things, and so it's all working out, and it's fun that I get to keep the family employed at this point. So I appreciate everybody's support. And with that out of there, I will tell you that I looked at the poll. Final numbers on the poll was 50% to keep everything on Wednesday, Tuesday was at 30%. Monday was at 20%. So I'm just going to take that back to Anthony and Mike and kick it around and see what they say. I mean, you know my opinion on it. I didn't want to. I just don't want to extend everybody's Wednesday, and it's unfortunate that we've had all these little complications and other people, moving into our space. But I'll see what they say, and it seems like Wednesday is where we should stick, and we just should be flexible enough to be able to move to a Monday or a Tuesday or a Saturday when we need to, in order to keep the show a continued success and running weekly, at least once. So, I'll talk with them on Saturday. And again, I hope to see everybody on Saturday, 1 p.m. We will be doing the $1,000 and under show with Mike and Anthony, and then we will be off for 9 straight days. Not one single Dueling Dealer episode until the 13th, where Jordan and Mike will battle it out on a $500 or under show, under show, I should say. And the Bullwhip Fund. I am going to need that for the Raiders of the Lost Art stuff. And sorry, just reading through the final ones. You can bid, walk away. Yeah, I know that, Nick. But again, it's all about timing. I hate people having to focus so much time in so many different places. But all right, everybody, I'm going to call it a night. And again, thank you so much for sitting here with me for 2 hours. Thanks, Nick, and also to Mr. Berkey for tuning in and helping me with the show this evening. I appreciate both you guys. And we will see you on Saturday with a new episode of Dueling Dealers.